All right, welcome back. So, I was wrong about the Yamaha 110. This is the 2026. It's cold, not warm whatsoever. I can touch my bare skin to it. I will say, I'll show you guys. I haven't started this bike up for probably 5 or 6 hours. So, we'll get it started. I think this bike just needed a longer time to break in versus the Kawasaki. Maybe it's the way I'm riding it. But at first I was not impressed by this bike. However, this morning I did start it up and I was a lot more happy about the way it was running versus the Kawasaki versus Yamaha video. I did the part 1 to it already, and I did voice my concerns that I was not that impressed with this bike. So I'll show you guys how it runs, kind of how it needs to get warmed up. You'll realize a huge difference specifically in wheelies in this bike. At first it wants to honestly stall, bug out a little bit. Once I get it warmed up, seems to be running a lot better. Like I said, I just think this bike had to kind of get broken in a little bit. This is the 2026, it's the 2025. I did not really experience any issues with my Kawasaki, which is why I put the crown on that bike over this one. So I'll show you guys kind of what I mean. I will let it run just for a little bit. Make sure it doesn't stall. That did start very nice with the electric start. You can see it does want to cut out though. Significantly better than when I first bought it. My Kawasaki and the 250 I had, I never really experienced issues like this. You know, maybe this bike just takes longer to break in, which I'm completely fine with, you know, because you should be breaking bikes in anyways, to some extent. Got a duck crossing now. So right there I got on it. This bike is not stalling out. Whereas when I first got it, it most definitely did. That was one thing I didn't like about it. Oh, there we go a little bit. These handlebars do sit a little lower than my Kawasaki's does. I shouldn't have been, should have just waited and got the right ones. However, I'm very impatient. They're the only ones they had, and I hate those tiny little handlebars that come stock. I mean, they're too tiny. 65 pounds. They're both the same exact speed. I've had me and my buddy on it. I've used 2 different speedometer apps, and I got them both up to 43 miles an hour. And I'll emphasize on it again. The Kawasaki definitely has that low gear power, whereas this one, it's more of that mid to high range. Which is another thing that's different about wheelies. The Kawasaki, I mean, second gear, go as slow or fast as you want, it'll pop up pretty easily. This one, definitely want to have those RPMs up a little higher. Gear in this bike right now. Can't really get it up into a wheelie. So we'll see how the Kawasaki starts now. Let's hope I don't put my foot in my mouth about this one. That Yamaha first gear, I mean, I'm not popping this bike up at all. The Yamaha did do that in first gear. third gear too. I mean, this is third gear right now. I mean, let's see. Alright, that was pretty easy. I was standing up on that too, and I don't know, can't remember if I tried that on the Yamaha or not. Back to the Yamaha real quick. See if I can do those third gear wheelies like that. You fixing your bike? Sons have the Stay-Sig bikes. Those are electric. They just hold these little batteries right in there that you charge. If you guys want to know anything about those, just let me know in the comments, and I will do a video on those. Up in third gear. If I go super slow, by no means any wheelie expert, as you guys can see. Get that balance when I have to pull up on it so hard. Gradually goes up, which if you're doing super slow wheelies, it's actually kind of nice because you have so much more room to play around with it, but it's also way harder to get it in that balance point. Just quickly falls if you mess up. Try not to run my son over. I will say though, the way this bike is running now, I am a lot happier with it. It's just so much harder to get up. That's what she said though. Let's go back home. I just can't keep it in that balance point. So anyways, that's my video for the day. I feel like even though I talk the whole time, I don't really have to say much. I mean, it's pretty clear as day as far as the power difference between these two bikes. Like I said, they both go the same exact top speed, mile per hour. So I guess rider style, it just depends on, you know, what more of what you're looking for. But anyways, thanks for watching. That's the video today. I'm gonna try and be posting a part 2 to the original video that I put up, and that's gonna be these two bikes at a sand pit. So it's not grass, it's not road, not concrete, nothing but just thick sand. And these two bikes run completely different than each other out there. So stay tuned for that.